Good evening, folks. Red County Blue Nation, Westcliff, Colorado, great states of Americans. Stephen Rorick here, Mike Boring on the console, trusted co-pilot over there. James McMahon. Jimmy, how you doing this evening?
We're doing okay. We got our fingers and toes crossed for a little moisture. praying. But yeah, hopefully we'll get something out of it.
How come you never pray for something you don't want, like wind?
Well, I do. I pray for no wind.
I mean, it's the other way around.
Yeah, I don't want wind. No wind. Don't even mention the W word. I hate the wind. But no, we got to have some moisture here pretty quick. This is getting
I just stumbled onto that. Why doesn't a guy ever pray for something he don't want?
well, sometimes you do. Yeah.
That's the world we live in, I suppose.
Keep you from the evil one. There's the prayer. That's the key. Yeah, no, I think things are going pretty good all in all. I mean, the biggest challenge, I guess, is the weather to me. You know? I mean, we got political things going all over the place. Looks like they're still trying to get the old Justice Center or what they're calling the courthouse. Trying to get that on the ballot. So, just so people know out there.
Yeah, that's all on you, Lucas. Oh, hell. I'll just wait till Candid forgets about it. Why don't you just stand up and vote against it?
Yeah, I don't know why they don't shut it down. I can't figure out what's going on there when, Lucas has made it very known that he's got $100,000 10-year program. It'll get us by his 10 years. And here again, Billy Bob Joe Kanda,
Biden?
little Biden, he had to do his little hearing thing. He didn't have to be at the courthouse. That's a fine example right there.
Fine example.
Fine
right there.
example, Billy Bob. We don't need your courthouse.
Yeah, don't even have to show up, Billy Bob. You did it all on.
Out of state even. All the way in California. All the way in California.
He was in California when he called in?
Yeah. Yeah.
The old Justice.
As far as I know, he was in California. That was the reason I think he couldn't be there in person. And I don't know what court it was going to be. I guess it'd be here at this one. I don't know. I don't know. I've been keeping up with it. I just kind of listening to what old Joda says. But, I mean, that just speaks volumes.
What, who said?
Hedberg.
Oh. A real reporter.
The Action 8 News guy. Yeah, boy, oh boy. He sure is trying to attack the old sheriff, too. I don't know what's up with that guy. It is what it is. Cards are going to fall where the cards fall.
Pretty confrontational.
But it's all good.
No,
Yeah, I think people are finding out that it's a good idea we voted against that. The big old Justice Center. It would have, number one, it would have pretty much bankrupted us. They're fighting the budget now. They're pinching pennies now. They're trying to figure out how to keep everything afloat.
but yet they want to indebt us. That, I mean, that is.
That's asinine. And nobody else is even trying. No one's pushing for it. It's not like the people are begging for it.
No, but I did hear Cliffy say that there is an executive committee, and I said, who the hell's on it? And he said, well, I said, get a quarter request and figure it out. And he said, well, I don't want to wait 3 days. I mean, he just mentioned maybe instead of trying to wait 3 days, let's just surmise. I said, no, that ain't how that works.
No.
We're not going to surmise who's on the damn board. Get the list of who it is.
Yeah.
Try to surmise nothing.
No, we need to hold the people accountable. And I think, there's...
Get the Action 8 News guy on the people that think they want the Justice Center.
Yeah, I mean, there's a job for you, Mr. Hedberg. Action 8. But yeah, there's a lot going on here in this little county. I mean, nobody's got time enough to really be watching what's happening. So They're just carrying on. But that's the big divider. That's been the big divider, and they're still getting grant money for it. Yep, one of them things. But it looked like the price of oil went down a little bit. I'm hoping it's going down a lot.
Boy, diesel at the
Excuse me.
diesel at the country store was $5.19.
Oh yeah.
Well, it ain't going down none. Or it didn't today.
Yeah, it looked like it went down a few bucks, but hopefully it's headed in the right direction, because it's putting a hurting on a lot of stuff.
Well, being that's what they wanted, that's what they got.
I guess.
I mean, we know that's what the nefarious group on this planet wants. Break us all down.
Pretty hard to do without fuel.
No, I guess they just found I think they call it the bag of spear or something. They found this spear, 12,500 years old, that was floating around, and they got too close to a power line and crashed. But Stephen Greer, you know who he is?
That sounds familiar.
He's the UFO guy
Yeah.
that knows Dr. Stephen Greer. So they're having a big expose.
Oh.
I mean, I listened to part of it today. I'll try to get a little more. They really didn't have it keyed up or whatever, so I could get any information. I just heard part of it. But it's supposed to have this big symposium and where you can get on YouTube and watch what they're doing with it.
Huh. Interesting.
Basically, I mean, it's well on the way to. They're like, in 10 years ain't nobody cares nothing about no oil when you got free energy, folks.
Yeah, I was looking at some of those machines they got out.
Yeah, we need to try to build one. I've been wanting to build one of them my whole life.
I mean, it almost stands to reason. It's kind of a little far-fick-nugan, but when you mix in the components the way they've got it, I don't see why it wouldn't work. I mean, logically, it sounds like it should work. You know? You take some of the initial energy from the generator, you know what I mean? Anyways, then an electric motor runs back and keeps that generator. And there's a big flywheel that's magnifying it.
And that don't even account for the ones that are spring driven.
That's spring driven, and there you have it. So I guess if you could size it and get all that right, I mean, that's what's that entail? Windings and brushes? What's wearing out there?
Well, yeah, because all the new stuff, there is no brushes. It's
Right.
brushless.
It's all brushless.
Now the only thing that's going to wear out is the bearing. If you keep them greased, they're pretty much going to run
Bulletproof.
long time.
Long time. Yeah, and then if you can figure out a really, really good bearing, I mean a bulletproof bearing.
Well, I've had that idea for a long time. If you have two opposing magnets in a cage, you have the right magnetic thing, it's frictionless bearing. They won't ever even touch.
Right. So yeah, I mean a lot of cool stuff coming down the pike too, because that's what I would really like to see is boy. You didn't have to worry about the electric company.
Imagine what this world would be with free electricity. I mean,
That'd be handy.
it'd be handy.
That'd be mighty handy.
Yes, sir.
I mean, it would be totally free. You got the upfront cost of whatever that thing is. I mean, there's initial stuff.
Well, yeah, but I mean, what you can make off of it.
I mean, if I could run a cow milker and a freezer and refrigerator and some lights and the well.
Couple saws and a couple welders.
Yeah, and I don't have to run them all at the same time even. I mean, I don't need to bog the thing down. So yeah, that's the only thing I'd like to see it live. I'd like to test it. You know what I mean? I'd like to go where they're building them. I see they're advertising. They've got places where you can go and before you buy. I'm like, well, that'd be handy. I'd like to get in that. I'd like to be the guy driving around saying, yeah, how many you need?
Well, remember, I mean, what we've only been talking about is 6, 8 months.
We're at this elevation, things move a little slower.
About as a guy hates to say it, we're all only encumbered by financial constraints.
Yeah, to a point, but everything can be broke.
That's all that encumbers me. If I had plenty of money, we'd already have the Justice Center deal shut down because we could afford the attorneys to go after them instead of trying to do it here and trying to talk people into it and talk to people that really don't care. And not to say that you people out there don't care, but I mean, so many people just can't even comprehend.
Well, it's hard to believe that we'd have this issues going on still.
Well, and still, right? I mean, we just passed this whole thing.
The resolutions at the caucus.
And we can't get any support from the Republican Party. The Republican Party refuses to support us because Ann Barthrop wants the Justice Center. So she supposedly sent the resolutions that were supposed to go to the county commissioners. She says she sent them to the state. Like, that's not how it works, Ann. I guess that's how it works for you.
None of those resolutions had any state appeal, did they? They were all for local, right? We didn't do something.
It's step by step by step. You got to get them squared away at the county level before they ever go up the chain.
Absolutely.
So I mean, that's just her basically saying, I don't care what you think or
Well,
say.
she's trying to put it over here and
I'm gonna throw it in the trash.
Yeah, you're not. I guarantee that ain't happening.
She did. The official documents, if she sent them to the state, no, you're supposed to take them to the county commissioners, but you won't do that.
We will have it. I mean, there's a lot of, those things passed hands down 100% this side of Bill Kanda, saying that people were too stupid. They didn't know you know what I mean? Yins are just too stupid. Let me run the show. You don't know what's good for you.
Mister, I got my tit in the ringer.
Yeah. God only knows what's taking place there, but they start digging in. I mean, I'd like to just got the information on the Justice Center that's at his house. I couldn't even get that.
Well, I don't know.
That's another suspicious.
I don't know what to say about that. We were hot on their trail, but we can't seem to follow through, so I don't know what to say.
Well, no, when they just stonewall you, then that's time to go.
One of the constituents was there. I don't know what happened. I don't know what happened, but obviously nothing happened that was very good because we're still talking about it and they're still getting ready to put it on the ballot.
Yeah.
So
I here again, we were trying to plan this thing accordingly, so it's not over yet. Guaranteed that ain't over. And I don't think it goes on until, I think they said until June or something. They had till June to get it all straightened out, the wording and what they're going to do. And so that's one of the things that needs to be talked about.
Here we are, broke as broke can be. We're all strapped. Gas is $5, diesel's $5 anyhow. Everything is super expensive. Inflation is just getting started again. I'm hearing double-digit inflation by September. And we're talking about trying to raise the sales tax as high as anywhere in Colorado.
Madness.
I mean, that's beyond
madness.
And yet you're over here, Bill, trying to steal the damn a few dollars from the tax break with the county tax number?
Well, and that's here again, when you're an elected official, the key there is to stay above reproach. Shouldn't create an environment of suspicion.
I totally agree with you, buddy, but you might as well be speaking Greek because they ain't listening to what you're saying.
I'm clear on it, Steve, but I'm going to harp on it because that's the way it's supposed to be. And I'm going to harp on it until that's the way it is. Anybody that gets in there...
Hopefully your voice don't go numb by it.
Yeah, I'm going to pace myself. Definitely got to pace myself, but yeah. Radio. So what were we going to talk about this evening?
Well,
There was
one
a
of the
few things, huh?
Trumper security. I mean, I hear all kinds of stuff. Some people say it's false flag. All the stuff I looked at seemed like it was real. Then people are complaining about the Secret Service let him in. It's like, well, it is an open hotel. And all I know is he didn't get very far. He didn't even get into the ballroom. From when all the news footage I seen, he didn't even get into the ballroom before they took him down. Then people are like, well, why don't he have any clothes on? Well, that's so you can see what's on your person there, and also see if you're bleeding profusely.
Yeah. Because a few shots went off. They mean, they want to see if...
I couldn't really tell where they hit him. Did you see anything about that?
I really didn't pay too much attention to it.
I didn't either.
I got the gist of it, and then of course you're going to have you get all the clickbaiters going.
Well, I guess where I was going with the headline is it seemed to me like they did a decent job.
Yeah.
I mean, he didn't even make it into the ballroom, so.
One FBI agent, I guess, got shot in his vest.
Well, and yeah, I guess.
I mean, it could have been his head, though.
He just had to. Well, yeah, I mean, 12 gauge buckshot.
Yeah, I mean, that's fortunate.
But this guy supposedly, man, I mean, he had quite a bit of work NASA. Pretty intelligent.
The school teacher? Huh. Worked at NASA. I don't know how smart you got to be to work there.
Well,
You got to be willing.
You can't just be a dummy.
Well, you could be the janitor, I guess.
I don't think he was the janitor.
No. Who knows what he was doing?
I'm not saying I agree with NASA. I'm just saying that's supposedly supposed to be the higher end of the.
Yeah, you should be.
That ain't shoveling shit.
No. That ain't plumbing or carpentry or none of that. Boy, you got to be smart. Yep, purse.
But yeah, another one was that I was watching that video about the magnetism of the Earth and how all this stuff's changing. If I understood that right, it's been 540 million years since it's changed, and it's changing right now.
The poles are switching, or that's not it.
It's all interlinked, but it's not just the poles are switching. There's all kind of highly connected
Magnetic stuff happening, yeah, big time.
So yeah, the poles are moving, but I mean, there's a lot of other stuff going on. And this gentleman here, he was saying that's what controls a lot of what people are. I mean, it's already CIA declassified that we're liquid crystals. So I mean, we're all magnetized. We're magnetics, and so.
Electronic.
But a lot of it has to do with where these. I mean, of course, they're invisible, but if you've studied any kind of magnetism, you know that the fields come in and, they come around and they come into the magnet and go back out. Well, I mean, there could be all of this magnetic stuff that's happening all over the earth. And I mean, I don't know if you want to be where they're coming in or going out or whatever. But this guy, I can't even think what his name was. I'll have to check it out again. It's a lot of information we're trying to get around here, including
Boy, oh boy.
all of the stuff that we need to stave our existence.
Yeah.
But talking about in the future, they think what humans need to do is find these gauges. They have some kind of magnetometers that can see what it's doing, and we need to be testing it. Everybody needs to be testing it and then making a database of where it's at and where it's moving. And then there will be safe zones that will be more conducive to live in. And then some areas are just going to be
Not inhabitable. Just can't live there.
uninhabitable, basically, yeah.
Yeah.
And I mean, that's kind of what they think happened to Mars, too. Mars lost its magnetic field, and then so all the water and these solar winds or whatever, once you lose your ionosphere in all the stuff that blocks.
Oh, right, yeah.
I mean, that's what keeps our ecosystem and our environment of what it is methane, right? No, we don't like cows because they fart. Don't you know that methane helps keep this whole stratosphere together?
Well, here again, somebody's going to go against the truth and how things really work, and then
So Greer
say the lie, and then
Greer was talking about they started the chemtrail in '96 again. That's when they really started the spraying. And so it all started in Taiwan. The CIA basically owned Taiwan, then they finally ended up giving that up. And they had the biggest airport mechanics hangar thing in the world in Taiwan at whatever Tijuana Airport. All of the Air America, all of the drugs, all of that stuff, they all
Right.
ran out of that hub. And then that first company that calls something, E-Trade or E-Tech or something, then that company is the first one that built HARP. So you have these planes that are spraying all these chemtrails over the Pacific Ocean, and then you have HARP. Basically, they tested all that stuff over the Pacific where nobody really know the difference.
yeah,
And they've been mainlining it since '96. We'll come to find out they've been talking about the climate hoax baloney 100 years before that.
oh yeah,
That's how long they've been talking about the Earth is warming up, is in the 1800s.
oh yeah,
So it's like, and it's just lie after lie after lie.
absolutely. Then some places are colder now than they've ever been. So, and cycle of life, I guess. But we've definitely tainted Mother Nature. Pretty much no way around that.
All this stuff in these chemtrails.
Yeah. And I mean, to me, that should be priority one, is to get that stuff stopped.
Well, you would think, man, and I mean,
If it's America first, if you don't have the people, because they're all dead,
well,
you ain't got much of a country.
that's what they want. Just be the ultra elites, and I mean, how do they think they're supposed to live? That's the part that.
It's dumbfounding to me.
Well, and that's where they really say that, ultimately, if you look at it about the battle of good versus evil, evil wants total destruction. So
Absolutely. There you go.
that's the only explanation I've come up with.
Yeah. 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 Yeah, if I can't have it, no one can. I want it all gone.
Whatever, we got free electricity. We'll be fine.
Gonna be hard to, yeah.
Guy had free electricity in. It'd be pretty hard for him to put the bite on you.
As long as you got water and some food.
If you got electricity, the other two's easy.
They're not contaminated.
How you gonna
The ground ain't all contaminated.
Well, you can grow it hydroponically in your house if you got electricity.
The water.
We live in Westcliff. I got a good well.
Yeah. Yeah, that's
They
the
got
name
they
of the
got
game.
they got this thing called distillation. I mean, you can clean the water up if you have electricity. No electricity, then all the rest of that stuff gets a lot harder.
Yeah, then you're back into the 1800s.
Then you're back trying to make a sand filter.
trying to figure out how to be an Amish.
Trying to figure out how to
Live by a creek.
get a rabbit or something.
Yeah. Yeah, we'll see. We'll see where it all goes. But
No, but this gentleman was in El Salvador. That's where he says where he runs his clinic and everything with all these magnetic.
interesting. I know they were talking about the moon flow, the flow of the magnetic flow of the moon too was kind of involved in it. Because the moon does a lot of work. Moon is very instrumental in the working with the Earth, all the cycles. Creation's pretty cool, but boy, I tell you, we sure are trying to mess it up. Yeah, it'd be good if the people in power would kind of shut these other knuckleheads down.
Excuse me. Dr. Jack Cruz is this guy. Dr. Jack Cruz.
And he's the guy that's talking about the...
The magnetic fields, yeah.
Interesting. Well, we're going to plant some potatoes and some carrots and cabbage and beets and onions. Hope for the best. Hopefully we won't get hailed out. Got some hail netting. Got plenty of fertilizer from the cows. That's all prepped and somewhat ready to go. But yeah, planting season's just about upon us. Lots of potatoes.
Oh yeah, so and then the Lone Star tick.
Oh, buddy. That's about as crazy as it gets. I mean, if there's truth to that,
Well, they already
them people need to just be exterminated.
It's already been going on for years. I heard about that 4. They're talking 15 years, at least 15 years they've been doing that.
Oh, with the Lyme?
Yeah, the Lyme. So the Lyme is syphilis. Lyme's disease is syphilis.
It's a form of syphilis.
Yes.
Really?
Yes.
And that was manufactured by man, right?
15 years ago. Now they've made it though where it's got this thing where if it bites you, then you become allergic. I mean, they got videos of this guy saying, "Well, we can bioengineer this stuff to make it so that you become allergic to meat." Well, that's what they're doing. They've introduced this stuff into these ticks. When these ticks bite you, then you become allergic to red meat, in particular beef.
I mean, how crazy is this?
All
I feel like we're in a twilight
I
zone.
ain't going back to Oklahoma anytime soon, unless it's wintertime. I know that.
Corinthium, is that what it's called? The stuff that comes out of that flour? You
Yeah.
spray yourself with a lot of that.
I'm not
It's,
sure.
it helps.
I know how to keep away from it. Just don't go there.
Yeah. I mean, how crazy are these people?
I tell you what, the wind is bad, and we are kind of dry, but boy, we just don't have many problems when it comes to bugs.
That's why we live here.
A few grasshoppers, but
I've lived in Texas and Wisconsin and spent a little time in Ohio and Northern California. This is a pretty nice place, right, y'all?
yeah, right there in Oklahoma. Whenever we were doing that, I mean, they'd keep the grass cut short, but shit, just walking from the pickup is only 25, 30 feet to the doorway. Then you'd get them on you.
Yeah.
Certain times of the year, and then a year or two I was down there, I never did have one, and then like that last year I was down there, I mean, every time that you'd come in, you'd have to check. They'd be crawling up your leg.
Just say no. Ugh. But that's the madness. I mean, goodness gracious. Somewhere along the line, we're going to have to.
That's Billy Boy Gates.
I mean, that guy just needs to be brought to justice. Yeah, that's ridiculous. So you can't eat meat. Boy, that'd suck.
Red meat, I guess it's not as bad with pork and fish and chicken. Pork is on there too a little bit, but like chicken and fish doesn't do it nearly as bad. Beef is number one, but like venison, anything that's real red, lamb.
Interesting. Yeah.
Oh, the Booga severe. Booga.
Yeah, that's just unreal.
Dr. Stephen Greer to present the first ever evidence with the U.S. military whistleblowers of an actual alien spacecraft that has been inspected by members of Congress and confirmed to be real. Pretty cool stuff.
Yeah. Yeah, I'd like to go see it. I mean, I need to see it.
So it's on YouTube. Well, like they're going to have it on. It's in Mexico City, is where it's at.
Yeah.
They're talking about trying to bring it into America. There's no way. I mean, the globalists try to pick that up, and I mean, you watch all the spy movies on TV, this would be like what they're trying to get. The Lone Star Tick. But yeah.
Yeah, they were saying some of these ranchers were finding boxes of these ticks that people had set out. I mean, what do you do when you find somebody doing that?
Well,
Grabbed a box.
I got a couple things that come to mind, but
Grabbed a box of ticks and put him in the car. Locked the car. You're home for the holidays. Take your ticks.
chain him down to an anthill and put honey on his nuts. I mean,
Whatever it takes. But that stuff like that, I mean, the madness. How can somebody do that knowing that it's gonna?
well, because it's that's the whole thing. Now, the one kid that I was watching or whatever, he was a,
Unreal.
kind of an Oriental guy, and he was like, "Yeah, you know, it's gonna make the whole planet better. We're gonna
Get rid of the cows. We're gonna get rid of the cows.
Yeah,
Nobody's gonna be able to eat it. You have to get rid of them.
methane's what helps hold the atmosphere together. Let's get rid of that."
So that's the big awakening is the lies that have been. I mean, and people just believe it. They just continuously to believe it. Anything that goes against anything about creation and how things really work. That's why we don't educate people in the school anymore. Keep them dumb enough, they ain't got nothing that they can't think. So, it's working. She's in high gear now. Yeah, saying a cow's bad that is about as goofy as you can ever get. Jiminy Christmas.
Well, yeah, because they really are a wonder of the world, right? I mean,
Absolutely.
they eat grass and they make milk and meat. I mean, come on now.
There's 500 things come from the cow between makeup and, I mean, it's endless the amount that comes from a cow. Unbelievable. Yeah, we should do a special on that. We should do a little deal on that because it's unbelievable the amount of stuff that comes from a cow. I mean, the list is long.
Not as much as the hemp plant, but let me see here what it says.
It's going to give the hemp plant a run for its money.
I don't know. That's 50,000 uses, buddy. And like I've said before, I can't even think of 50,000 words. I can't even think of 1,000 words.
Oh, it's 50,000 usages
Yeah, for the hemp.
for hemp?
Yeah.
I'd like to see that list, but that's pretty impressive. Yeah, I thought it was like 5,000 or 6,000.
50,000.
50,000. Well, we don't want that getting out. We don't want to be using hemp. Yeah, that's interesting. Yep,
Let's see what Grok says after I ask it to think harder.
Well, hopefully something happened with old James Comey and the rest of that group. We'll see how that goes. And then it sounded like old Powell, he's out of there now, and some new person's taking his
Yeah,
place.
Walsh,
So
Kevin Walsh.
Kevin Walsh is coming up in the House for the Federal Reserve.
Yeah, that's part of the problem with the Clarity Act, with him getting in as the Fed chair. And so, I mean, we're wanting, I don't know, if y'all are watching the crypto thing, that Clarity Act, that's supposed to give, but now they're fighting over the ethics part of it. And it's like this Tom Tillis, they're getting pretty upset at him. That pretty much are just dragging their feet, in my opinion. But 350 documented byproducts from a single carcass alone.
Yeah. 350 products come out of the
Hide, skin, fat, tail, tallow, bones and horns, blood, internal organs, intestines, other hooves and hair.
Yeah, but the products are unbelievable. I looked at it one time. I was like, goodness gracious, what doesn't come from it? Pretty impressive. And that's how the packers, I guess, I mean, the processors
That's
make a lot of their money.
That's what Chuck's been telling me forever. Oh, you can't compete. You can't sell all that stuff. We just get more for it. We don't have to compete with them.
Right.
This says right here that at least $150 per head off just a handful of trackable items. Which, just as well that they do, right? I mean,
Oh, absolutely,
instead
man.
of
That's
just
got to
throwing
be
in the
done.
dump.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, it's a majestic animal, and for us to say, oh, we got to get rid of them and no eating beef, I mean, I don't know what planet you're living on, but I don't think that's happening. I just don't think that's going to happen.
Unless you're a soy boy and you want tofu.
Yeah. No. We got 20 head of cattle, and I guarantee you we're doing everything we can to keep them. We don't know if we're going to be able to, but we're hoping for a miracle. Non-vaccinated herd. They're coming along pretty good. But boy, do we need some moisture.
From the blood, you can get culturing bacteria, blocking agents, industrial adhesives, stabilizers and fixing agents, cleaning agents. There's a lot of different stuff.
Well, there was makeup and, I mean, in all kinds of different makeups. And then
That was just the blood.
Oh, right. Yeah. That was just the blood. Yeah, there's glue. I mean, it is just a whole list of products, your day-to-day products that you use that you wouldn't know where they really came from unless you stumbled across what all the things that a bovine provides us with.
Internal organs, instrument strings, tennis racket strings. Hormones, enzymes, vitamins, and other medical materials, insulins, a variety of medicines, surgical sutures, heart valves.
Heart valve, yeah. Yeah, it's a ridiculous amount of stuff that comes off the cow.
Well, and this is talking about all.
Oh, that's all kinds of animals?
Yeah. From the chicken comb, hydrolonic acid.
I don't know what hydrolonic acid is, but probably pretty important from the chicken comb.
It's, if you was a chicky poo, you would know.
It's like antifreeze in your comb. Keep your comb from freezing.
If you're a woman, you put hyaluronic acid on your skin. That's one of the.
Oh,
Hyaluronic acid is one of the main.
what do they call that? Some kind of foliation?
No, it ain't exfoliation at all. It's soaks in.
Oh, gotcha.
Yeah, it's not an
Wow.
abrasive. It's
Cool.
yeah. Oh, that hyaluronic acid's expensive, boy.
Yeah, I've never even heard of it. Like I said, I wasn't even thinking about the chicken and the other animal. I just looking at the bovine. Yeah, the cow is a remarkable blessing from creation. Unbelievable.
Now this just is showing cows, sheep, pigs, chickens, and all the stuff that comes off of each of them. Besides, and that's just byproduct.
That's not having to do nothing to do with the eatings.
Right.
It's pretty cool.
But I guess. Go ahead.
Yeah, I mean, it seems like these globalists are just going against nature and creation. Anything that's good, natural, wholesome, just do away with it. And that's kind of, if you're I'm somewhat of a naturalist. I enjoy creation and I like it. And these other, I don't know. Just know we got a battle on our hands.
Well, so I was trying to ask it. So the Supreme Court had a deal today against the
Yeah, it sounded like that backfired on the old Democrats, or whatever they are, un-Americans. What a division. Never thought I'd ever see this day, but
The Voting Rights Act of 1965. And back in the day, it was probably realistic, like when they would actually intimidate voters. How can you be intimidated now? You don't even have to show up. You just sign,
mail-in?
mail-in ballots. How can you be damn racist on a mail-in ballot?
Here again, I think the Trumpsters signed a order and put the kibosh on mail-in ballots. I don't know how real it is, though. What do you believe?
The court raised the legal standard for providing violations and now requires a stronger proof of intentional racial discrimination, not just discriminatory efforts. States cannot rely on race the same way to draw districts, even when trying to comply with the Voting Rights Act. What that means, folks, is they've been creating these districts. The guy that sent me all this stuff, he said that the Republicans are liable to get 25 to 30 seats
Yeah.
just because of this.
Yeah, that's what I saw today. And then if they get rid of all the illegals and get the count down per different areas, they're going to even lose a bunch more.
But so I went on to ask it about CD7.
Oh, nice. How did that work out?
I'm arguing with chat quite a bit.
Okay.
You want me to read it word? It's kind of long. But, I was arguing with it left and right.
I don't-
This and that.
What's
So,
the gist of it, I guess, is
the
what
gist
I
of
would...
it is they say that number one,
What does CDC encompass? What is that?
it's Congressional District 7. So it's Custer, Park, Teller, Werfeno, and on up into Jefferson County. And they redistricted us from the 2020 census to the voting in 2022. And what this is trying to tell me is it supposedly was made up by, it says it's pretty legit because it's supposedly not by legislators, it's by an independent committee of citizens. And I'm like, boy, that sounds about as unjust as anything.
Did they mention Eric Holder on that?
They
He was
did.
the head of it?
He's not the head of it.
Wasn't the head, he was just an influencer?
I asked it exactly, and so I have the names for.
Oh, he wouldn't have anything to do with it.
His name is not on it at all.
Oh, got it. Yeah. Yeah.
But basically, what it amounted to is they got to have 760,000 in each district. And what actually happened, what caused the whole shakeup, is that we went from 7 congressional districts to 8.
And why was that? Because of the population?
Because of the population. So we actually got another representative. And so with that being said, then that's why they reshuffled everything. And we were right on the line. Basically the gist I got from it is we only have 5,000 people, what they would have had to do was cut another one of these counties in half and draw the line through a half of a county to get it to work out. And supposedly there's not 12.
Boy, when you start doing that, you're really messing up then, aren't you? You can't be cutting up the county.
Well, and I mean, there's already, some of them are already like that. Our whatever, one of our districts has got part of Salida's cut, or Chaffee County's cut.
It's in a whole different district.
Let me see if I can figure out.
Hmm.
But this thing said shared infrastructure, so I'm asking it. It's trying to tell me, well, it's like, you're close. I-25 goes up to Jefferson County. I'm like, you're so full of malarkey. Custer's not in I-25 and it's not in I-70 either one, and neither is Jefferson. Jefferson County doesn't entail I-25. That's east.
I-25, where's Jefferson County?
It's on the west side.
It's over on the west, right?
Yeah, Arvada, Golden,
So it ain't too far from the I-25 then.
No, it's not, but they're trying to say that part of the reasons why they did that is because they have these corridors and they're trying to talk about having the same infrastructure. Like, no. And that's why because it's like, well, Pueblo, because from what I can tell, Pueblo's still in CD3. So why the hell are you going to go around us? It's basically because of our size. We got a small number of people, and to get to 5,000, they'd have to cut another county in half. I mean, that's the only thing that made any sense.
Yeah.
But I wanted to find this list of people, but because they're talking about you selected a committee to do it. I'm like, yeah, that sounds about like, we don't think that sounds good. I was drilling it pretty good. Whenever I start arguing with ChatGPT, it ends up into a long thread. Oh, and it's like, oh yeah, you're right. Yeah, I was wrong. It's like, oh yeah, you're wrong a lot.
Well, there you go. Yeah, all that computer stuff's fine and dandy. I mean, it definitely solves a lot of stuff and can get right down to it, but well, you better be smart enough to know what questions to ask it.
Well, that's the bottom line in anything.
That's the bottom line in all of it. The answer is in the question.
I might have to ask it again because I'm not seeing the names.
Yeah, they're talking we're going to get a little bit of snow, huh? Is that what you heard?
Oh no, we'll ask it here in a minute or two.
Yeah, Mikey Chance was saying he might get 10 inches out there,
That's
Williams
just-
Creek.
They're living right.
Boy, they need it because it is popcorn dry out there. I've never seen it this dry.
Can't be any drier than it is at the ranch, boy.
Boy, it is crispy dry.
Yeah, it's toast.
But a little bit of moisture.
Everything is dead. It should be green, but it's dead.
I know it, going by some of these big ranches, and it's always nice, like Emerald Valley, you know?
The only place where,
It looked like a desert.
along our hay barn there where the wind drifted a bunch of snow behind it, it's green right there where all that big snowdrift was, and the rest of it looks just like this tabletop.
Yeah.
Dead. But a couple 2-3 weeks he'd come back in a hurry. Just got to have a drink.
Well, and that's the other thing going on is these data centers. People are up in arms because of the water they use, and then it sounds like it's kind of,
I'd have to research that some more. I don't understand how you can just cool something and then all of a sudden it picks up an isotope.
I don't know the particulars.
If the water's not going into, it's just like a radiator.
Don't have a clue.
But you do. That's the way a radiator works. It doesn't cross-contaminate through a corridor, so there has to be something else going on there.
Yeah. So they just blowing cold air on through a radiator to cool them down? That's how that works.
Well, it has to be huge circulators.
Right.
Yeah, they're huge, just radiators. They're circulating water through them.
I'd have to see it to really wrap my head around it, but yeah. Anyways, 5 million gallons a day. But yeah, people are definitely not liking, and I hear again, I'm not educated on it. I don't know that much about it. Just got to go forward, I guess. Got to keep pushing forward.
One of our constituents says they pulled a primary Republican county out of a Republican congressional district and put us in a primarily Democratic district. It was the part of the Democratic takeover of Colorado. Well, and that's what I kept trying to tell ChatGPT. It's like,
Yeah, that's what I heard about it too when it happened. And it was like some of the bigwigs wanted it to happen. They're the ones that run those committees. They influence the decision
oh, here
making.
you go. So the Democrats were Paula Espinoza, Elizabeth Wilkes, Simon Tafoya, and Martha Coleman. So it sounds like 4 women right there from Democrats. Republicans William Leone, Danny Moore, Jason Kelly, and Julie Marie Shepard Macklin. Unaffiliated, Carly Hare, Jolie Bronner, Moussa Dawar, and Lori Smith Shell. So it looks like 8 women to 4 guys. Now
And they
maybe Simon Tafoya, maybe that's a guy, I don't know.
and they're the ones that were in charge of the.
Them are the 12 people that supposedly was this, whatever this committee. Colorado Independent Congressional Redistricting Committee. And them 12 people are the ones that
Come up with the answer.
come up with the answer. So yeah.
Yeah, it looks like that one state that they did that gerrymandering in. I guess there were several states down in the south.
Well, Matt said that right there in Florida. All the way from Orlando to the other side of Jacksonville, and it was only a strip about 1.5 miles wide. Was like 150 miles long, and they're just trying to pick up these black voters.
Yeah. Yeah, and there was something in North Carolina and Louisiana. Several states. had it.
Louisiana's the main one
Louisiana.
that they tore down. Yeah, that's
Oh, that's the one that they really lost. huh?
yeah, that's the one that. That was a long ass thread. I was arguing with that thing. Yeah, because I knew it was lying to me. Commonly referred to as the Louisiana redistricting case, often cited as Louisiana event versus Calais, struck down a majority black congressional district in Louisiana. The court ruled that creating that district was unconstitutional and racial gerrymandering. And they are upset. Good. Can't break the law forever and get away with it.
What's that old saying? Cheaters never win and winners never cheat. So yeah, I mean, we definitely, we'll see. Hopefully things are turning a corner. It's hard to find the bright side in any of it. I don't know what you do. Try to take care of your county, act
That's what they're
locally.
talking about, these this magnetism too. So I was like, if I can figure out what, I mean, I know there's people around, and it's been on the front of my mind for a long time. So if you know what the frequency needs to be, a guy can just create a frequency generator and put that in your house, and you could be inside this frequency that's healthy. At least part of the time you can be in a neutral or, a positive, uplifting,
Right.
healing.
So I think a lot of that too is the individual, your own frequency and how all that's going. Getting in line with that. Exterior frequencies, I
think-
guess they're going to overwhelm that.
Well, and I
huh?
think that that's only partially true. I mean, it's like, yeah, I mean, what you're saying has probably some merit to it, but I think overall, like, it's kind of like a wine glass, right? Frequency is what it is, and you're going to break, you're going to explode when you explode. It doesn't matter what you're thinking.
Right.
And that's the whole thing. There's got to be a range that
Balance.
human beings flourish in.
Yeah, there you go.
And that's what a guy needs to, it's not just one specific set, 732 millihertz or megahertz or whatever.
Right.
It's,
There's
There's a band
margin
that
that we do well in? Well, that would be good to know.
one I don't think many. I mean, that information is hard to come by.
Yeah.
I'd have to do some studying and get on some alternative.
I bet I'll ask Super Gal there.
Whatever.
Google God knows.
I'm always reluctant to ask it on stuff that I don't know nothing about, because I don't know if I should argue or.
You're gonna have to have a podcast, Steve, arguing with chat.
Well,
Ask him again, Steve.
I was going to say something there, because that was pretty extensive, arguing with it. Well, I-25's included in your corridor. No, it's not. Oh, you're right. Yeah.
I had to double check. I'm glad you corrected me. You hurt my feelings.
That's why I used
Stop asking me so many questions.
That's why I used 3 different ones. That's why when a guy creates his own AI agents, like what we're talking about with the Chronicle, that it'll be
The Custer County Chronicle.
there will be multiple agents that are checking and double checking each other. It's none of this, well, I made a mistake. Nada. That ain't how it's going down around here. We got backup on backup of the backup of the backup, and then we got somebody else that's a whole new crew to check it. And then a whole nother crew to check that.
Yeah.
And then check it all again at the speed of light.
Boom. Done.
Done.
Done. Just like XRP. Bam. Done.
XRP, baby.
XRP. Yeah, the price of cows, boy, they busted that. They were trying to bust that 250 mark on the fat cattle.
Did they get there?
Shh, 260.
Yeah, is that? Chuck's been telling me he's been waiting to see if they could bust 250 for a while.
Yeah, they flew right by that. I think some of it got up to 264 or something. I was watching the cattle report, and the guy was just flabbergasted. He said, remember these last
See,
few
that's
days?
the thing. This thing ain't going to tell you shit. Earth's magnetic field, 25 to 65 microtesla, essentially static from a human perspective. It's part of the natural environment, but there's no evidence it acts like a wellness frequency. So, I mean, they're not going to tell you. You'll have to get onto a search engine like Natural News.
Oh,
Mike Adams.
Bradium?
Yeah, you got to get
Yeah.
onto something that's been stripped down. That's not
Contaminated?
Bill Gates run.
Yeah. We just need to get people like that. We need to send them to Mars. I mean, come on, Elon. Elon, you could send him to Mars. Yeah, hard to say. There's a lot of different knowledge and a lot of different takes on a lot of different issues.
I'm going to cuss its ass here.
Yeah, I still can't believe the Justice Center, they're calling it courthouse now. They're trying to get that thing back on the ballot, and, they bought the property already. So it's definitely an issue, but there again, most of the court stuff, is being done on the internet now, via Zoom or whatever it is. Because Bill Canada didn't have to show up for his hearing. This is hearsay too, but it sounded like he was in California at a church thing, and he was unable to attend in person. But yeah, the court thing, I don't know. the courthouse, we just don't need it. Number one, financially, it's gonna put a burden on us. $1,000 a square foot is what I heard last go around.
And that ain't even close. Because they're trying to say it was only 13,000 square feet or something, or 87. I was like, no, you already said it was $20 million. That's like 2,000 and some a square foot.
Well, they cut it down.
But I don't trust that guy either, because it's the same guy we paid him at least $70,000 to make a rendition, and then when we go over there and check it out, they still got a 2-story. And one of the guys asked him, "Well, what the hell you got two? Oh, well, just so it looks good because it's got big windows." Like, what the hell are we paying you for? You don't even have a real rendition of what you want it to look like.
And that's what I'm saying. The Farfig-Nugan that's going on here, it just looks like just keep exploiting the taxpayer, just continuous, because we don't have time enough to challenge them. And I think that's where old Clifford Clifton, I think he could be instrumental in kind of going around and attending a lot of these meetings and the workshops and being able to give us some insight on what's going on. And he's a pretty smart feller. He could ask some pertinent questions, kind of hold their feet to the fire. We're too busy working. It's way too much to try to keep up with this stuff. We almost need a person, you know, that represents the people that have the taxpayer interest forefront, instead of the politicians just running roughshod over us. Or a special group of them, a special group of people up here. I mean, for the life of me, I think it's just totally unreasonable for the transparency not to be there on all of this stuff. And I did a Cora request, and the only thing we could get was copy of the lease purchase for the property.
Well, they did come up with the minutes. Stacy was able to get one little shred from the minutes.
So some of the minutes were on YouTube because they YouTubed a little bit of them. But some of those meetings started off on YouTube. The Justice Center meetings started off and they would go 2 or 3 minutes. And then there's nothing. Completely just shut down. Another kind of a suspicious thing that took place there. But yeah, I mean, all that should have been all in a file. Miss Kelly Camper, as the clerk and recorder, you're talking a $20, $30, $40 million development that's going to burden the taxpayer unbelievably. She had none of that information, and then to find out it was at Bill Canda's home office. And then that's just not how things are supposed to go. That's not transparent. And it almost, I mean, it's a very suspicious deal. So I'm hoping CBI's looking into some of that with Bill Canda's behavior. I don't know if it's going to extend that far or not. But he's one that's pushing it, and Barthrop. And we kind of passed a resolution at the caucus saying, hey, the people voted it down. And we want this resolution to put it to rest. And they don't. They're not wanting to put it to rest at all. They're doing whatever they can to get it on the ballot this year. So just be aware, folks. Tell other people.
You want to listen to this or what?
Maybe. Sitting here choking.
I'm thirsty. So I ask her, what magnetic frequency, this is kind of long, but we got a little bit here. What magnetic frequency is the best for humans' well-being? There isn't any scientific established magnetic frequency is known to improve human well-being in the way that question implies. A few key clarification help here. Human biology does operate with electrical activity, brain waves, heart rhythm, nerve signals, but these are not turned by external magnetic frequencies in a simple or beneficial way. Claims that specific frequencies heal, balance energy, or optimize well-being are not supported by mainstream psychology or neuroscience. We already know that 60 hertz, 60 cycles is the worst for you. That's already a given. They've known that for a long time. What is known verified science? Earth magnetic field 25 to 65 microtesla. Power line frequency 50 to 60 hertz. This says people like WHO, the World Health Organization, have studied them extensively and not found consistent evidence that normal exposure improves or harms health within regulated limits. Bullshit. We know that 60 hertz is no good for you. MRI, magnetic resonating images. Bottom line, there's no validated best magnetic frequency for human well-being. Well, so I tell it, well, it sounds like you don't know shit. Oh, I get why it might sound that way, but this isn't a case where there's a hidden correct frequency that science just hadn't caught up to yet.
Pretty entertaining.
On this topic, it really is pretty firm. In mainstream psychology and physics, there is no known magnetic frequency that improves general human well-being. So I keep it blah, blah, blah. I said, sounds like you're either lying to me about what exists or deliberately trying to make me not ask any more about this. Then it says, I'm not trying to steer you away from the topic and I'm not withholding anything. This is just one of those areas where the honest answer is there isn't good evidence for a single wellness magnetic frequency, even though you see a lot of claims online that say otherwise. What is solidly established is magnetic fields absolutely exist and interact with biology in specific ways. Certain patterns of electromagnetic stimulation can affect the brain or nerves, but only under controlled clinical conditions. Y'all. Blah, 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 blah. So I ask it again. That mix makes it sound like there's a missing scientific truth when it's actually missing is repeatable clinical evidence for those broad claims. Yeah, of course there is, because you've been censoring it all. If you're asking because you've seen a specific device protocol or frequency like 7.83 hertz Schumann resonance or PEMF mats, tell me which one. You'll get a much more precise answer that isn't general skepticism, and I tell it, I want you to analyze and compute what a theoretical answer would be. That's where I always get into it with this thing. I can do a theoretical breakdown, but I need to be very explicit about the promise. We're stepping into hypothetical models. Well, I go on to tell this son of a bitch, you make assumptions all the time that are completely false. Humor me. You're always wrong. You don't even know that Custer County ain't on I-25. Jesus. Oh, I can't tell you. Anyhow, it goes on to say that 10 hertz. What real science actually converges on, if you stray the actual neurostimulation research, repetitive TMS often uses 1 hertz or 10 hertz. So interestingly, 10 hertz does show up in real protocols, but only in narrow medically studied contexts. Really? Trying to tell me that you ain't done the studies, but now you're trying to tell... Man, then you wonder why I have to argue with this son of a gun. So then it gets into the only meaningful couple function is E-induced something, frequency of change, field strength, and I mean that now it's breaking down to math that's way smarter than I can comprehend. R parentheses F equals F over F2 plus F3C. Okay. So basically they're saying that if you model brain tissue as a damp dynamic system with 100 millisecond timescales, and simulation efficiency peaks near 10 hertz. The mathematically derived peak stimulation efficiency tends to land near 10 hertz under typical cortical time constraint assumptions. Try to tell me you don't know what you're talking about. So there you go, folks. That's what we do all the time with AI.
Actually, you've come up with some really, really good stuff on
Well, that right there is good too.
Yeah, no, it is.
10
But
hertz.
like you said, it would be good to.
Did you see how hard it was to get an answer from it? Because they don't want it. They doesn't want you to get that answer. They don't want something that's going to make your well-being better.
Right.
So if I was just a typical lower brainwave person, right, I would just give up on it. Oh, there's nothing to see here. Yeah.
So you get into it and ask it a little deeper question and make it dive deeper.
But that's what we've been talking about the whole time. You have to have a pretty good idea of where you're going or what you're talking about. You
To
can't.
draw it out.
Yeah, I mean, it's like, I know I got 9 parts of the puzzle and I need one more piece here.
Yeah.
What's
Yeah.
that 10th piece?
Yeah. And you can even talk to it like that.
That's the only way we got where we were going.
Right. Just keep it going.
Oh, you can bullshit me all day. Yeah, Custer County's on the I-25, I-70 corridor. Puff, puff, give. So, yeah, anyhow. Word for the wise when you use an AI. Ask multiple times and ask multiple versions. And then whenever it comes up with a bunch of math, then must have made it mad.
Yeah.
Here's the answer.
I'm going to shut you down right now.
And I'll have to tap out on that one because I'm not smart enough at algebra to figure them functions.
No, I'd have to get the algebra book out. I ain't doing that. That ship sailed. So at the end of the day, one thought that came to my mind is having the 4 PCPs, that want the resolutions to go forward, to be on the podcast maybe one of these evenings, so that the people.
Well, I
would
tried to get them
understand.
guys on before, but maybe we can get them on next week. I don't know what everybody's schedule's like.
So I don't think the commissioners are meeting next week. It'll be the first Wednesday of the month. So I don't think they're going to have a meeting until, a week after. But we do need to get in front of them, I guess, and try to get the voice of the people out there so that they can start maybe listening to the people instead of their own, whatever it is. We know better, but people they ain't smart enough to know. We got a couple quotes from you old boys, so.
Well, and we talked about it and I had some pretty good ideas of what Chat came up with, but there's some other things that have been bothering me that I need to get out in the open, and I'm not willing to work on that stuff till I address that.
Yeah, no, I hear you.
It got me too wrapped up internally to proceed until we.
When you got the cards and you get disrespected, you're going to shut them down. Just shut them down is what I say.
That's
Shut them down.
very well said without crossing the line.
Yeah, just shut them down.
So,
Well, there has to be camaraderie. There has to be understanding.
respect.
Well, that's where I was going with all this. And and when you crawdad on someone, boy, you got to watch it because that has.
I mean, I know you have, but I've given up a lot to get here. Hell of a lot. Just this last
Oh,
little
no.
go around with the caucus.
I don't even want to. Let's not even think about that much time and energy and thought process that took place.
Well, that's what it's all about for me. And then when you tell me something stupid like
Yeah.
you thought all this happened just because, like I didn't really have anything to do with it. All of a sudden, I got a little dirty laundry to air out, and it's no big deal. It just needs to happen before I feel confident going on because I want to be on the same page.
Everybody's got to be on the same page.
I'm not willing.
Slate's got to be clean, and we've got to be going forward, and that's the
Because
main
we ain't
thing.
on the same page, folks. The CCRCC is not on the same page as the resolutions,
As the voice of the people
as the voice of the people.
that
And
voted.
neither are the county commissioners.
Yeah. So it's all got to get fixed here pretty quick.
Yeah, it's this huge battle.
And we've only got political influence. I mean, we could say, okay, well, you don't want to do it. Now we're going to do a recall. We could,
That's where it's at.
it might come down to that. We really don't want to get into that anymore. We just need them to say, yeah, what are we doing? We're representatives of the people, not the state. And that's where we fouled up here. It's called a rhino. Red county in a blue state. That's where the problem is, right there. The red county in the blue state.
So Rhino's Republican in name only, but yeah.
When you start bowing down to the money from the state and compromising your conservative values, you've gone astray. And that's where we're at. And we need to stop that. And we've been telling you, the money's going to run out. You have to shore this thing up. Hurry up and spend it before it's all gone. It's liberal. It's the liberal way. And now we're getting caught.
Now
We're getting caught, and you people were told this.
over here using
boy.
the county tax ID to buy pipe with. And it was just a small amount of pipe, but there's a lot bigger. It's a lot bigger, or the CBI wouldn't be involved, folks.
God only knows.
The CBI is not here over $400 worth of pipe. I can tell you that. Just saying.
Here again, one of our constituents wrote a really nice letter, and they did read it.
Barely.
Couple meetings ago.
They had to argue 10 or 15 minutes of what to read and what not to read, and oh, she's not here, and what, but, it's like, yeah, of course you don't like it because it's truthful and you're not on the right side of truth, so of course you don't want to hear it, Bill.
And that's what I'm saying.
She's asking you to recuse yourself because of the trouble that you're in. Yeah,
Well,
it
our confidence.
doesn't even phase your ass.
No, not
Yeah,
even a little.
I'm better than you. I know what's better for you than you know for yourself. That's why I got busted. That's why the CB's eyes after me, because I'm better than you are. Okay, cowboy. See how that works for you here in a few months, pal. Coming at you one way or another. The constituents said they don't want the Justice Center. Precinct 3 said 30-0. There was no votes for the Justice Center. There's only 2 votes that we know of, is Ann Barthrop and Bill Kanda. Like, come on, Lucas. Come on, Lucas. Do something, bud. Pull it out of the ashes, buddy.
Well, the honesty, the transparency, the books, the whole thing. Now they've got a whole bunch of policies for the employees that they have to implement.
Well, they needed the policies all along. That's what matters. They have no SOPs.
Well, and here again, no controls, and it's just balls to the wall. Just let her run, boys, until she runs into the ground.
Like Stacy found out before in 17 or 18, Jay Prince brought a thing to him, said, we need to be at the code of ethics. They all said, no, we don't need a code of ethics. Really? Yeah, we can see that from here, Bill.
What I was reading,
CBI is a mile up your ass because you tax fraud, huh? Really?
so
No shit. It's a reason.
pretty sad.
Oh, laws are for thee, not for me. Oh, Billy Bob Biden.
So Florida, to be an elected official, I don't know if it's all the way through the state, but several of the counties require that you take a 4 or 6 hour course in ethics, and you have to pass it. Otherwise, you don't qualify to.
And that's all fine and dandy, but for me, that if you got to try to go to school for it, get out of here with that.
Well, you're right. And that's the way most of us are.
If you don't naturally have what it takes, then in my opinion, you don't belong in the position.
You shouldn't even be entertaining the idea of representing others.
No, it's pretty much.
Yeah, and that's kind of where we're going. We're going to raise the standard. We're going to have good hope, and we're going to press forward. We're going to look at the future with brightness and knowing that we're going to be on track, healthy and strong. But we got to have leadership. And if we don't have the leadership, it's never going to happen. And part of the leadership is we the people. We the people have to be involved in the decision making that the politicians do on our behalf. And we're not engaged. We're all too busy working.
What the problem is too is we're engaged some, but they ain't listening.
Well, until we
If they cared at all what we were saying, it wouldn't be in this position. Because we've been raising it from the rooftops. That's why y'all thinking that I made death threats, because that's how loud I had to get. And now you got scared and you turned me into the sheriff. Oh, he's threatening us.
Well, that was just another political. It was another political assault, because when you get over the target, that's what happens.
Was it raining out there?
Looks a little shiny.
Yay. Better than a jab in the eye with a sharp stick.
Yeah, I don't know if it's just the glare of that light or what it is, but
That looks like
boy, it'd be
on the
good.
sidewalk.
Sure would be good. Man, oh man, oh man. A lot of men hanging on to their cattle with everything they got right now. Boy, I tell you. Lowest inventory. What did they say?
Oh, I got you covered.
Something like 19.
I got you covered.
1951 or
Been
something.
trying to tell me day in and day out about all this stuff. Who's really got who's got it in? Who now? Who's really knows what they're talking about around here, folks? Let's see here. The April 17th cattle on feed report indicated a 1% year-over-year decline in cattle, with 11.6 million head on feed. This aligns with the expectation of tight supplies. March placements were 1.71 million head, down from 7% from 2025, while marketings fell 6% to 1.63 million head. Both of these marked the lowest totals for March since 1996. The latest steer caucus weights were 2 pounds lower at 981 pounds. That is still 32 pounds above year ago levels. Most feedlots are feeding cattle extra days, as the cost of gain is much cheaper than the price of the fat animals ready for slaughter. Choice beef was quoted only $4 higher than select. As far as box beef, with choice quoted at $381.57. We desperately need a rain over a very big area.
Yeah. Poor Nebraska about half burned up.
So that's cattle on feed report. And I'd like to know, that's from Jerry 9 that writes in the High Plains Journal.
Oh, got it.
I'd be interesting to know what they're talking about. April 17th cattle on feed report indicated a 1% year-over-year decline. For how many years, I wonder?
Oh, no, I just heard the lowest inventory in cattle. I don't know if they're talking moms out in the pasture, the factory, the fat cattle only make up a small percentage.
That's why I got this picture here of this exact, so we would know exactly what them numbers were. So we actually had real evidence of what.
Oh yeah. So yeah, the fat cattle.
I read that a while back though.
But it said 1951. It was the date I've heard.
But this is saying replacements, right?
I don't know that mentioned too much about the
March placements were 1.71 million head, down from 7% from 2025.
placements into the feedlots.
I don't know.
Yeah, I think that's,
But all these numbers are marked at the lowest totals since 1996. But that one, I had that one, and it's been 3 or 4 months ago, and then I was like, yeah, I'm going to get that for Jimmy, and then that High Plains Journal comes in so often, then when I went back to find it, I couldn't find it.
got it.
But
Yeah,
it had all of them. It had mother cows,
mom cows,
replacements,
replacement heifers.
Yeah.
And then cattle on feed, ones that are in the pre-feed lot, ones that are going to slaughter.
I mean, it is what it is.
I mean, they slaughter near 1 million head of cattle
Hell,
a week.
if everybody's got the Lone Star tick, don't need it.
Yeah,
Just saying.
just saying.
Yay!
I don't feel like eating beef today.
Yay!
I got bit by a tick.
Leaves more for me.
I got bit by a tick. I can't eat beef anymore.
That'd really be bad.
Boy, who could think of that? Who would? I mean, that is right out of the pit of hell.
It's killing people too, and they don't
Right?
even know it.
I mean, the good word says the Lord owns cattle on 1,000 hills. I mean, everything that's in that Bible, it seems almost like these folks are attacking. Whew, it is what it is. But yeah,
Excuse me.
yippers. So we'll see. It's we're on the island up here, and hopefully
According to
these
the most
ranchers.
recent USDA report released in early 26, the total number of cattle and calves in the United States is 86.2 million head. That's the lowest in 75 years.
75.
So that'd be about like what you were talking about.
Somebody said, I don't know if it was, who's the guy, Campbell? John Campbell down at Lahana. He's the one I kind of listen to. He seems like he's got his poop in a group.
Well, I've been saying that forever because I know him personally and been dealing with him for 25 years, but I don't trust anybody else. But
Yeah, no, he's pretty golden. Yeah, they seem to be,
beef cows, 27.6 million, down 1% from 25. Milk cows are up 2%, and cattle on feed's down 3%. Total cattle and calves is down 0.3% from 25. So we're sort of almost holding even with the overall from last year. We're down 1/3%.
so that's one of the big things too, is they're definitely breeding the dairy cows to beef and putting them in the feedlots. I mean, they can, them guys can get $1,500 for a calf now that's half dairy, half beef. Just go ahead and get rid of it. So yeah, I mean, that gives the dairymen a little bit of extra cash flow. I think that's how that works. I would think it does.
Well, yeah, because in a dairy operation, I mean, unless you're making veal, which everybody frowns down on that.
Yeah, that class 1 veal, that's the most disgusting thing you could, I don't even want to think about it. Just, no. But people like it. I mean, there was another gimmick.
That's what the whole thing. I mean, what else you gonna do with the calf? You're selling the milk. That means he don't get none. What are you gonna do with him?
I remember growing up in California, there was piles of dead ones. Hit him in the head with a hammer, bone and blood meal. That's all they did. Bye. You got to get out of here, calf. We need the milk.
Well, no, doesn't it? Yep.
Yeah, that's how crazy that is. But now they're able to sell some of them, and they've been able to, just because individual people want to raise their own beef. They don't trust what's going on in the meat factory anymore, or even the vaccines that are going on in them. I mean, there's a lot happening. That's why we're doing the best we can to hang on to the few we got, but something's got to give here pretty fast. That's all I know. Otherwise, they're going. We got 3 little girls out there right now. Beautiful, calves. 4 to go. But boy, do we need some rain. Sound like our fire department got a fire put out today.
Well, did they?
Yeah, they got right on it, got it done.
So we're putting the brakes on it at least anyhow. This says 1.6% average inventory decline for the last 5 years. We only lost 1/3%. So that's actually quite a bit compared to what we've been losing the last 5 years. So that's good.
Yeah, no, this year could set us completely back again. Could make that go, erase any gain that we've gotten
This says it
because of the
really
drought.
probably won't do much till 2028.
Yeah, this drought, I don't think they factored this drought in, but they're, we'll see. Hopefully it's,
2025 calf crop is estimated at 32.9 million head, down about 500,000 head, or 2% from 24.
well, that's, yeah. That was pretty good. I think we had good weather then. I think we had some rain
Well, and that's
the last couple of
I
years.
mean, this part of the country is not cattle country at all.
No, but you get up in the Dakotas and Montana and down in Texas.
Cherry County, Nebraska is where the largest cattle herds are.
Yeah. So down in Texas, they've had severe drought.
Yeah,
And they
well,
were large, huge cattle producers.
it's just what we were talking about with this geoengineering and the chemtrails and the whole 9 yards. You realize they're doing this to us on purpose, folks, right? I mean, all they got to do is take these magnetically charged, take these particles that are floating around
Ionic.
in the air, and just point these magnetic I mean, they can either cause high pressure, low pressure, or separate, or whatever. They can totally control the weather. That's just all there is to it.
And then when they're into depopulating the earth, they want to depopulate it. So they're going to make it as bad as it can get.
Well, yeah, and that's why Iran, they talk about they might Iran in the drought for like 25 years.
Boy, them some tough cookies there.
Makes you wonder who there's trying to do that to us.
Well, there
If there's
again,
fighting forces, as if they're just the globalists that are in control, or
I just know if you're the law dog and you took an oath to protect the people of this country, you ought to be, thinking about our health. Is it the Second Amendment? If you go out there and you start, you go to the airport and you say, hey, is that chemicals you're going to be spraying up out there?
I've been seeing a couple videos out too, man, where they have these planes and they'll just be pumping it out. I mean, it looks like,
I've
and then
seen it.
out of thin air, bam, it just completely quits, and the plane's still just flying. I mean, you can tell when they shut it off.
Well, the thing is, it's got to get manifested. That means somebody has to make the chemicals. That means somebody has to. They may be making them right there at the airport. I
Well,
don't
that's
know.
what I was just telling you. This all comes back from Taiwan. Started in Taiwan with the CIA in Tianjin Airport.
Oh, you don't have to convince me that it's happening. I got
And
that.
it's all the airplanes that was Air America. That's
Equipped with it.
That's where it all started.
Right. But now,
And
what's
they
going
tested
on?
it all out on the Pacific Ocean. Now it's all over the place.
Well, that's what I'm saying. You'd have to go
it's the
airport to
CIA,
airport.
right? These are the most crookedest, worstest people on the whole planet. Makes Billy Bob Biden look like just a good old boy.
Well, maybe that's what he's comparing himself. I ain't so bad. I work for Raytheon. I know what bad is.
Well,
Maybe this ain't so
I
bad to
hate
him.
to say it all, but it is what it is.
It is. The whole thing is in an upheaval. All of creation is in an upheaval right now. It's just the way it is. and the darkness has to come to pass.
That's called a light bulb.
Here we sit, lighting them up.
Buga, whatever, the Bugosphere.
Yeah, well, push should be coming to shove, I'm quite certain, here pretty soon, because we're up against it.
Well, we've been up again, and it just keeps getting steeper and steeper.
I mean, there'll be a
But
point where
the key, folks, right, is the key is that it's always been is control your mood, try to and do the best you can to be happy. That's the main number one thing.
that's the frequency, man.
That's what evil wants to do is take it down.
Take
away
your
from
joy.
You.
Yeah, to take your
That
joy.
is the key to everything is being happy, even in the midst and the height of complete and total chaos and confusion.
Yep, keep your joy.
So, that being said, I think that's about all for this evening.
Rightio.
Y'all have a great evening. See you next week.
Tell a friend. Like and subscribe.